Alright boys and girls, and welcome back to another building video. I feel like I've neglected the solos and the duos in the Rust world, and now I'm bringing you guys exactly what you need. Let me go ahead and break down everything that the Fring can do for you. For starters, we have a nice, unique 2x1 large core that is easy to expand from and allows for plenty box storage in the early game. Next, I'd like to mention that in the Fring's most basic form, no external TCs are required. Of course, a compound, gatehouse, and externals are optional, but are very easily added to the base. As a solo duo base, we're of course taking advantage of some smart building techniques to help keep your valuable kits nice and safe. Rarely do solo bases of this cost provide a 360-degree view all the way around the base. The defense capabilities of this base is exceptional, and you'll have a massive advantage if that online raid ever comes around. If you guys are interested in building and you're looking to improve, you can join up on my Discord, and if you'd like to go one step further, I'm live every single Wednesday at 6 PM UK time, reviewing your bases live on Twitch, so stop by there, the links will be in the description for everything. And lastly, if you enjoy the content that I produce, I have a second channel where I also upload my Rust wipes, so check that out as well. Okay, jumping on to the tour of the base. And as I mentioned before, we've got no externals on this one, just to make life easy, but of course you could easily add some. Once again, we are seeing some freehands, and if that does scare you, I'm happy to jump on the server and build your freehands for you. I said that in the last video, and I had about 6 or 7 responses, and I jumped on the server and built the freehands, so as a serious offer, if you want the base, I'll do it, I'm happy. Heading into the airlock though, we've got a window just to look outside, our option to jump up, and our single door airlock leading into our starter base. Saw the starter before. We have 2 loot rooms, our TC, space for furnaces, bags, and a workbench. Really can't ask for much more than that, and it's nice and spacious too, and super cheap to originally put. And up our jump up to second floor, where we've got a lot of boxes, plus some more furnaces, and any other deployables you can think to fit here. Jumping up again, we have space for even more boxes. I don't want you guys running out of any loot space here. And again, more space for other deployables. Jumping up to our third floor, this is where we can defend our base from. We have a locker kit, a couple of bags on this area, you might want to throw a bed down as well. We have 2 separate airlocks that lead out to different halves of the shooting floor. It's been segmented off to avoid you losing the shooting floor, or all sides of the shooting floor at once. Then we have this wonderful breach peak section, which allows you to get some wonderful head glitches out and across far away from the base. It also doubles as a hidden spot for our lockers that are also unlootable. And it's our roof peak up that allows us to strafe back and forth and see the entirety of the roof without any blind spots. You can see we've got our 2 unlootable lockers here. And of course they're code locked or solo locked, and they're slightly hidden by the ramp as well, to keep your AK kits nice and safe. This is symmetrical on the opposite end, so we can check above, once again, hide our lockers, and peek out far with a wonderful head glitch. Heading through one of our 2 single door airlocks, we can head into our shooting floor, which is completely free-handed, and we have a 360-degree view all the way around the base. No blind spots, nowhere to hide up against the base or anything like that. And it's nice and stable as well. All of our floors are connected at multiple sides to give us the most stability. And there's lots of places that we can hide in our shooting floor as well. It's nice and closed, so we have the angles that we need without being exposed from too many different angles. Really a big fan of the shooting floor. We'll head round to the opposite side just to show it's exactly the same. Same angles all the way around, so no blind spots whatsoever. This time we can jump up, take a look at our extra roof peak up here, as if we didn't have enough roof peak ups, and finally our exit out onto the roof. You can see that 2 turrets cover the roof nicely, which is perfect for a solo duo base, as you're not going to have a lot of turrets lying around. Our roof is nice and closed in as well, but still provides plenty of peaks that we can use, which is the perfect roof design in my opinion. We have angles to peek out the way, angles to peek down and head glitch. Really happy with the roof, and of course we've slapped a vending machine bunker in there as well, just to bump up the raid cost. Unfortunately, these are not drone only. These are purely for storage. As you can see, we have a little roof above there. So this is purely a bunker to provide more storage and bump the raid cost for the solos and duos that are building this. And then we'll cut to 4 windmills. I got them removed for the thumbnail, but that's where they go. Now we can jump onto the build costs. First of all on screen is the total build cost, second up is the box amounts to make it easier to visualize what you need, and lastly is the total upkeep spread between our 1TC in core there. That's what you need for 24 hours. Now I'll quickly throw the footprint on screen so you guys can take a screenshot, and you know how much space you need to build the base. And now that you guys have got that, let's jump onto the building portion of today's video. Alright, if you're really down bad on materials, you can actually start off with a 1x1 just to secure the base location. However, I'll obviously expand out into a slightly larger starter. We're pulling out a triangle from the side here so we can get our half-height shelf. And then we'll build off to the side for our secondary loot room over here. So you have 2 loot rooms to start off with, gives you a little bit more box space. And 2 garage doors leading into there for a bit of security. And cap it off with a single door, and that can be your starter base. Or you can expand out a little bit further, just depending how much mats you have on you at the time. Giving us our second floor entrance and our full airlock there. All the way through to our final door and window. Then, to complete the first floor, we're going to go around and add triangles on every side. And then once we got all those triangle foundations down, we will go around with walls and honeycomb the first floor. Super simple, nice and easy footprint. And then we'll cap off those with a triangle floor. Alright, let's move on to the second floor of the base now. We'll start by walling in our little airlock here, adding a spot for furnaces beside it. Then we have our square loot room in the middle, with another loot room off to the side. And we're getting our doors in between and our jump up directly across our other jump up. That's the floor plan for this one. We can add our roofs on top. And then we can honeycomb the second floor as well. All the way around with the walls again. The nice thing about the solo bases is it's a nice and quick tour. Nice and quick build tutorial. Easy to remember. Now we'll jump onto third floor of the base. And a couple more loot rooms again, a square one in the middle and then 2 triangle loot rooms off to the side. On the left and right. Making sure you don't run out of storage in this solo duo base. Plenty of loot rooms on every floor, spread out between for that maximum raid cost. We'll cap off this area with floors, and we'll honeycomb again. Next we can look at the 4th floor of the base, once I've capped off all the honeycombing. And we'll start by walling in our jump up as per usual. Get a half height on there for some extra boxes. And a ramp, because why not? Next we can wall in our batteries, so remember this floor is kind of symmetrical. Batteries opposite each other. And then in between those are airlocks out onto shooting floor. And that double door in the middle there leads to our hidden lockers. So we got 2 airlocks out. 2 ways over to the breach peak section as well. Then we can fill this in with some door frames. Add a floor on top. And we'll leave this alone for now. Let's get some foundations down for the shooting floor. At our front door, we'll start off with 3 triangles. And connect those with the frames. And we'll move around the opposite side and do that over here too. Directly opposite our front door. Same thing over here. And frames to connect. Then in between our 2 sets of freehands, we're going to come in the middle here. Doing it in this order. Building out from main base like that. And on this side. Now we're safe to freehand. And again, the offer is still open. If you need help with freehands, just give me a shout on Discord. And I'll jump on and I'll build them for you. But this is how we do them. There's 4 freehands in total. Even if it's dodgy terrain, I should be able to get it down for you guys, easy peasy. Get some sort of weapon out, so you can get that crosshair on. Right in the middle. And then just back it up. As far as you can go. Get those triangles blue. Get the singular frame above 70%, and then you're good to upgrade everything. A couple more freehands to go, so I'll be back with you guys when we've banged all them out. Now that all our foundations are down, we're going to go all the way around with frames. Nothing complicated here, we're just raising frames up to the current height of the base. All the way around, including all the outer sides, taking it all the way up to the max height of the base. Once all the frames are in, we can start throwing down some floors. We'll start on this side over here. It's nice and simple, a full hexagon. Easy peasy, and same on the opposite side. Next we're going to add to our hexagon ever so slightly on the left and right. And then we'll fill in our freehands as follows. Providing us with the best peak downs all the way around our base to give us that 360 degrees all the way around shooting floor. Next you can see the side that we're working on here in the middle. It's the only side with a standard window, so just be careful with your shooting floor. Don't jump ahead. Everywhere else is half wall windowed except for here. Then we build up our little roof exit plus peak up. And we've got the mismatched windows height at the top there for a nice peak down. On both sides just like that. Then this section's nice and easy as well. This is where we have our lockers. In order to build this, I'd have the lockers handy because you want to get them placed down while the roofs are still fresh so they can be demolished in case you don't get the deployable placement first try. Placing our roofs off here of different grades so that they don't create the conditional. Pulling our lockers slightly forward until it edges through the roof. Of course you can have as many attempts at this as you want as long as the roof is still demolishable. You know, in order to reset the timer, just demolish it and replace it again. You guys have got infinite tries. The locker doesn't take damage when you pick it up, so just keep going until you've got it good. And that's it done on both sides. Then you can finish off the roof peak up section with some low walls and some triangles. Boom boom. Embrasures need to be placed from outside. Then we'll get some necessary frames down in the shooting floor. Just like that. On both sides. And then it's half wall window in between. Like this. Again on both sides. Adding in our floors just the same as what's below. A couple more frames in here. Help us separate up the shooting floor even more. And then floors again are just matching exactly what's below to give us a nice seal on the roof. And speaking of roof, now we're working on the roof. You can start with all the backwards triangles. These are just some temporary floors that I placed there to get the placement. Makes life a little bit easier. You'll have to jump to get these down. They're a little bit annoying, but once you get them down, it's easy. All the way along here, coming back in with two backwards facing triangle roofs. On every single part of the roof, we're doing this. And they really just keep you hidden from raid bases and anything that might be taller if you're living like near a cliff or something like that. Give you some cover from there and it'll keep your turrets safe. From here you can place those from underneath, nice and easy to get those ones down. And then tuck one turret in each side over there. Next we'll do our windmill towers, and there's 4 of them in total. There's only 2 dedicated battery spots, so you could have a couple of decoys, or if you're just into symmetry like me, then place all 4. Get all your windmill towers down, and then slap your windmills on. All of this will be plenty power, especially for solo duo. You'll probably only end up needing 2 realistically, but yeah. Next we'll throw a vending bunker on here. This is a little bit scuffed because there's not a lot of room here, but yeah. We'll start by placing the wall and opening it up. Then we're going to build out with a little section here so that we can make the conditional on the roof. To allow our placement to be a little bit easier, upgrade this one for a different grade. And you'll see they split open like this, giving us plenty room to throw our vending machine down. You're just going to push it as close as you can to the wall in front. And once you got the placement down, be able to demolish the twig. And demolish this roof and upgrade the wall. Whatever you do, don't break that wall once the vending machine's placed, and then you're good to go. Do that on the opposite side, and once you've done that, that completes the base design. Hopefully boys and girls did enjoy this video. If you did, then please feel free to leave me a like and drop me a comment down below. Drop me a sub as well, guys. We're close to 30k, which is absolutely nuts. Thanks for making it to the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you in a bit.